Live, it's the Craig Bohl Football Show. KX4 and Gate City Bank present the Craig Bohl Football Show.
Hello, everyone. NDSU finished the regular season unbeaten for the first time since 1990. Head coach Craig Bohl won his 100th game, and Brock Jensen became the winningest quarterback in the history of FCS football. Lofty stuff right there. It's also playoff time. The top four seeds are out, and it's NDSU and Eastern Illinois and Eastern Washington and Southeast Louisiana. So it's going to be interesting, Coach, with playoff day here and all of the talk about the bracket. We're going to talk about it later in the show, but talk about how exciting it is.
Well, you know what? This is a special time. There's nothing like playoffs in college football. Our fans have always embraced playoffs here. The Fargo Dome is an electric place. I know our players are excited, and we were really pleased with how we played yesterday. Our guys came out with a hard edge and came up with a big win.
Well, the Bison beat South Dakota, and the Bison made quite an impression on South Dakota head coach Joe Glenn.
It's right across the board. They're better than everybody we've played. We played 8 teams in the top 30, 2 of the best teams in the Big Sky. Nobody's close to this team. Kansas isn't as close either, I don't think. So I don't know what to tell you. They don't have a weakness, and they're really hitting on all 8. I said that. They're pretty good warm-up for the playoffs, and they get a week off, I think, don't they? Is that the way it works? No? Yeah. And they'll roll. I don't see anybody stopping this team.
Great compliments from Joe Glenn. You know Joe from way back. He's from Nebraska as well.
You know what? Joe actually recruited me when I was in high school, and he was a head coach at Doane when he was a young fellow. Really a learned football coach. I appreciate the compliments that he gave us there. We do have a good football team, but there's a long road ahead.
Yes, let's check out this South Dakota game, and it was senior day, a very emotional day, Coach, when Grant Olson walked out onto that field. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, Grant really is a special player for us, and you know, it was a special time for us seeing those seniors come out.
Now, Ryan Smith got off to a great start. He had a terrific day returning the football.
Well, you know, right away we were able to hold them, and they punted the ball. We get the ball at midfield, puts us in great position.
Brock Jensen and Zach Vraw, this is a touchdown. We're going to talk a little bit about this, have a replay. They called it a bobble.
You know, great job of blocking by Billy. Nice route, unbelievable pass. That's a ruling on the field. We don't have reviewable plays in the Missouri Valley. I think we need reviewable plays, and so we'll send that one in.
Yeah, we need instant replay. There's no question. I think we're heading towards that. There's no doubt about it. John Crockett does end up scoring on the drive anyway.
You know, a good job by our offense, not getting off kilter and staying right back in the mix. And good job of blocking by our offensive line. Nice job of running.
Boy, there's some seniors on the defense. They were focused and fired up early on.
You know what? Our guys have come out with a hard edge. Here you can see Levon Perry with some great penetration, and the backers do a great job there and not giving too much to South Dakota.
Well, back to the offense, Ryan Smith, kind of that third down guy, but he can also go deep, too. He has great speed on these deep routes.
Well, he certainly does. Once again, good protection. Brock is right on the money with Ryan, and good speed, great speed by Ryan. 2 big passes right there.
14-0, the Bison have the lead now on defense. A 3rd and 2, you get a tackle for loss. South Dakota State is going nowhere on offense right now.
Well, we've done a good job all year long on defense, and you can see great penetration by Levon Perry there. And boy, that was that's pretty demoralizing when you're on the other sideline.
Now, offensively, the swing pass to Sam O'Jury, both backs had a great day.
You know what? Our backs have played well all year long, and a good job by Sam coming up and turning the chains over. That was a 3rd down play, kept us on the field.
This led to a field goal attempt, but you decided to fake the field goal because it was a long field goal.
It was a long field goal, and we had this in hoping we'd be able to go ahead and trick that hard edge rush guy. They'd worked really hard at that. A good job of defending it by South Dakota.
Next play, Carlton Littlejohn, who got the carry right there, will get a takeaway on an interception.
Well, great job by Carlton. He's playing a little bit different position here. He's running the middle part of the field, and it shows his athleticism right there, coming up with a great interception.
He can drop back into coverage pretty well, huh?
He was a very athletic guy in high school as a safety, and we've utilized him as a linebacker.
Now, Brock Jensen does throw an interception here. The good news here, he didn't get hurt. An awkward hit here.
Yeah, you can see the guy went, not purposely, but went down low and put the ball up in the air, and they came up with a pick.
Now, Cole Jurek, a senior, has been a great player, had a terrific day on the edge.
You can see he got a great jump right there, very disruptive, came up against two defensive guys or two offensive guys and came up with a great sack.
Yeah, they did just get Jurek, no doubt about it. Great effort by Sam O'Jury. Great blocking up front.
Great job of blocking. Here you can see Sam making a couple guys miss extra yards after contact.
I love Tyler Gimmestead pulling on this one. A good clear-out block on this run.
Oh, Gimmy's good at it. Not good, he's great at it. And you can see just a little bit of an edge is all you need, a little bit of space for Sam.
Now this is a 3rd and 17 play, and Brock Jensen decides to tuck it and run. He gets 24 yards. That's demoralizing for South Dakota.
Well, that's one of the great things about Brock. He can do it with his legs as well. He's got a great arm, but you can see what kind of competitor he is. He's not hook sliding. He comes up with a big first down.
A 3rd and goal. Sam O'Jury finishes with a touchdown, 21-0. You have the game in hand here, Coach.
Well, you know what? We felt really good about being up 21-0. As coaches, you always want a little bit more. Certainly 21-0 is a great position.
You got another chance right before half, used timeouts perfectly and had good field position, and this is a tremendous play to Kerry Woods.
You know, it really is, and this was a great job by Brock because he came off, shrugged off a defender and come up with a first down. This is right before the half.
Yeah, there's just a few seconds left here. Just coming out of a timeout, Brock Jensen to Zach Vraw.
You know what? Great job of executing a 2-minute offense and put the ball where it needed to be, and Zach came up with great concentration.
28-0, the Bison lead it at half. A great first half for NDSU, 13 of 18 for Jensen. Ryan Smith had a great first half. Littlejohn solid on defense. Total offense 318 in the first half. Christian Dudzik on the Bison hot seat this week. Is your room neat or a disaster?
Neat.
Did you need training wheels when you learned how to ride a bike?
Yes.
Which do you like less, going to the doctor or dentist?
Probably the dentist. I hate that drilling noise.
When you dress casual, what kind of shoes do you wear?
Just tennis shoes.
Who's your hero as a child?
Probably Bill Snyder.
That's a good choice. Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter.
Favorite professional sports team?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Least favorite sport to watch?
Pool.
Billiards, okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather have it 100 degrees or 10 below?
100.
What do you like most about Coach Bohl?
He's just a really smart guy. He understands philosophy and how hard work and determination leads to winning.
How do you want Bison fans to remember you when you're done playing here?
I just want to be remembered as a guy that worked hard and wasn't given anything and just strive to achieve greatness.
Well, Coach, a comfortable lead, but you're never real comfortable in a game like this, are you?
Well, we always think it's really important to establish momentum at the first series of the second half. Our guys needed to stay focused, and they certainly did.
Well, much like the Georgia Southern semifinal last year, as we roll the highlights, Sam O'Jury had a big touchdown run. This is almost an identical play to start the second half from that, just at the opposite end of the Fargo Dome. Great run.
Well, you know, a good job of blocking by the guys up front, but here you can see Sam finding his way, and he's gotten a step faster through this last year and utilized that speed for a big touchdown. Now you look 35-0. We reestablished momentum as a head football coach. Felt pretty good right here.
They have a nice young quarterback. He's just a sophomore. He's going to be good.
Well, good job of Colton Hegel coming on the pressure, but the guy found a good receiver. They've got some good players, and they utilize their quarterback well.
Again, a 25-yard pass here. They started to move the ball a little on this drive.
Nice job of mixing it up with the run and play-action pass here.
But it ends with the takeaway. Christian Dudzik gets the interception in the end zone as they go for a score here.
Our guys have a great deal of pride on defense, and they don't want to give up a score. They love shutouts. I think this may have been our third or fourth this year, and a great job of concentration by Christian.
Well, back on offense, both Crockett and O'Jury went for 100 yards, but John Crockett had a great series on this particular play here. He goes for 9.
Good job of coming up with some holes, but also a great job by John cutting that cut back there.
You know, Crockett had a couple of touchdowns in the game. He had a 28-yarder early in the game. This is a 19-yard run, and these yards coming right up the middle.
Yeah, that's impressive. You know, as you get in the second half, those runs in the first half, maybe 2 or 3, and then they turn into big gains later on in the game.
10 yards, Brock Jensen to Zach Vraw, a little swing play to the wide receiver.
Yeah, nice job of, you know, throwing the ball out to Zach.
You know, John Crockett has some explosiveness to the edge, and he has it here.
Well, really did a great job denting the edge, and then a good job by John coming up. Look, I think he broke about 4 tackles there for the touchdown.
Again, back to the defense now. It's 42-0, and Cole Jurek, we showed him in the first half, had a sack, and he had another sack in the second half here. What a great career he's had.
Well, he certainly has, and, you know, we always like to see our players when they're seniors play their best football. Right now, Cole's, you know, he's coming through a couple of injuries, but he's not letting it affect his play.
Marcus Williams did not play again. Jordan Champion got the start, and Jordan played well again, makes a nice play here.
Oh, yeah, it's great to see Jordan out there and you know, getting some game experience. And as you said, that's a nice job of playing fade route.
Now Brock Jensen comes out of the game, gets a standing ovation. The fans were really great throughout the day with stuff like this.
Well, number 16 certainly special, and it was great to see him acknowledged like that.
Old Andrew Bonnet broke out the old hurdle play, didn't he?
Well, he's always looking to hurdle somebody out here, and Carson Wentz does a nice job putting the ball to the flat. I wouldn't want to go high on him. I'm going to go low, and Andrew's going to hurdle him.
You know, Derek Lang is one of those seniors, you know, maybe not in the media all the time, but he was a key cog of the team the last 2 or 3 years, a good kid.
Oh, great. And we always call him Langer, and you know what? He's a very talented running back. He's steady Eddie and moved the chains.
You know, and on any other team, he probably gets a ton of carries. He can make people miss.
Oh, he certainly can, and he's got great determination, great leg drive.
Well, some of these backups that are coming in, a guy like MJ Stumpf, he made a nice play, and some of the backups did get some good time.
Well, it's always important to develop depth, and nothing does that more than game experience, and nice job by MJ coming up with a tackle for loss.
A great win for the Bison. For the second straight year, they shut out South Dakota. The Streamers come out, a lot to celebrate. There's no question about that. The trophy is raised 42-0. It was 54-0 last year in Sioux Falls, so South Dakota having a tough time getting in the end zone against the Bison, no doubt. LeCompte was 49.3 yards a punt in the special teams. Let's hear what the players had to say after the game.
We have goals coming into each year, and you know, this was goal number 1 was to win the Missouri Valley and win it outright, and to go undefeated it's not easy. It is not easy. This conference top to bottom is really, really good.
It's a cool moment. It's the only time you get announced individually coming out of that tunnel here, and it's a big honor to make it through your senior year and do something like that. And it's a little emotional for most of the guys, and to see Grant come out there and have the crowd give him the ovation he did, he is well deserved.
The biggest difference this year from last year is just we're on that steady incline of getting better every game. Last year we kind of plateaued a little bit mid-season. And even into the playoffs, and we're just trying to get by almost. But, you know, this year we've gotten better every single game.
Some great comments from the players there. Our Nodak Mutual Insurance player of the game is Ryan Smith. Ryan may have gotten the loudest ovation on senior day, maybe save Grant Olson. He is a crowd favorite, being from Wahpeton. He exploded for 143 all-purpose yards, including the 64-yard beauty of a touchdown. Special day for a special kid.
Shoot, I was just running as fast as I can, and Brock put it right on the money. And like I said, I was telling him on the sidelines that, you know, I just stuck my arms out, and the ball fell right into him. So credits to Brock for throwing a great pass.
Another kid coach. It's been really fun to have Ryan Smith around. You know, a lot of people coming out of high school said he was too small, this and that. He's had a tremendous career.
Well, there's nobody that's probably more of a competitive person than Ryan. Every day in practice, what he's doing out there, he does in practice. He's a big, big uplift, a great leader, and an excellent football player.
From Wahpeton, North Dakota. Be proud of him. In our Peterson Farm Seed Future Crop of Bison, we highlight Western North Dakota. Redshirt freshman offensive lineman Landon Leckler is from Beach, North Dakota. He has played in 6 games this year, 4 of the last 5 conference games he's appeared. Landon is living a dream. He always wanted to be a Bison.
Oh, it's a huge honor. I mean, growing up, watching all the Saturdays growing up and turning on the TV, and it's nothing but Bison on the west side of the state. So it's a huge honor, and it's a great part of my life to be here.
Well, Coach, Jack Plankers and Landon Leckler came in as highly touted offensive linemen from in-state. They both have a nice future ahead of them.
Well, they sure do, and one of the things that's great, they've got great height. I think both of them are 6'7". It's always good to look up for those guys. Hard-working guys from the state of North Dakota. You can never go wrong.
That's true. We're going to break down this bracket, talk about the playoffs. It's fun to be in the postseason right now. Stay with us. We'll have information for you. Well, Coach, it's playoff time. It's a very exciting time of year, and we do know the top 8 seeds now. NDSU is obviously the number 1. Eastern Illinois and Eastern Washington, the 2-3. Southeast Louisiana, what a nice year they had. They won the Southland Conference, went undefeated there. Maine took a loss yesterday, but they finished in the top 5. What do you think of that top 8 right there as we look at those teams?
Well, you know what? There were teams that we had an eye on during the course of the year. A lot of talent, different regions in the country, and all kinds of different offenses and defenses to go up against.
I'm sure Northern Arizona upset that Montana is a seed over them, but Montana is in the top 8, and they're number 8, so that means potentially matched up against NDSU in a quarterfinal matchup. But as we look at the matchups, Coach, Furman, South Carolina State, the winner of that game will come to Fargo. What do you think of that?
Well, I know there are a lot of good players in the South Carolina area. I've watched tape on South Carolina State before. They're a really, really athletic, strong physical team. Don't know a lot about Furman. We'll find out a whole lot more coming today.
Well, ESPN has had coverage of the selection show. Let's hear what they had to say about North Dakota State.
Let's start off with our number 1 national seed. No surprise, they're 11-0 and 2-time defending national champs, Craig Halbert, North Dakota State.
Yeah, the quest for 3 in a row officially begins. This is a team with the talent to do it. They are very experienced, led by 3-year starter Brock Jensen, the winningest quarterback in FCS history.
Well, certainly great accolades from Dari Nokwa, someone you know very well.
I certainly
He's
do.
from Nebraska.
Yeah, the time I spent in Lincoln, he used to be our weekend sports guy, and it's great to see him on ESPN. He's a good friend.
What do you think of, again, to the top 8? Montana's number 8, so they're in the top half of the bracket. The Big Sky has not sent teams to NDSU, to Fargo in the previous postseasons, but apparently that may change this year.
Well, that's a little bit down the road.
Yep.
You know, we've got 2 other games, or 1 other game, but you know what? We always appreciate, the folks out in the western portion of the country.
Well, let's see the bracket. We do have it, and we can kind of take a look at the overall big picture here. There it is. South Carolina State and Furman will play at Furman. Furman is in Greenville, South Carolina, and the winner of that will come to Fargo at 2:30 Eastern Time on December 7th. There's the matchup. And then Montana is the number 8. They will play the winner of Coastal Carolina and Bethune-Cookman. And now that you've seen that pod, what do you think, Coach?
Well, big challenge, but a great opportunity. And I know our players are excited. There's nothing like playoffs because it's a 1-game season, and you keep on playing. And if you win, you move on. If you lose, you're out. We've got a lot of experience, but this is going to be a challenging bracket for us.
And you've said all along that you like the bracketed tournament as opposed to bowl games. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, you know what? It gives you an opportunity to really find out who the best team is out there on the grass, and I think it's beneficial for the student athlete. And we've really appreciated the playoff system. I think you're seeing the FBS move that way. It's a different format. I think 24 teams is a great idea.
How huge is the home field as well? Those top 2 seeds are guaranteed home field. Obviously, you got to go game by game, but you know if you keep winning, you're always at home.
Yeah, that's one of the things we really strive for, and I think if you look at last year, we played Georgia Southern. I don't know if we win that in Statesboro because of the 12th man. Our fans are unbelievable. Hopefully that phone's going to be ringing at the ticket office to get your playoff tickets.
Well, speaking of that, coming up after the break, we're going to talk about how you can get your tickets, what you need to do, and kind of the process there as we lead up to December 7th and round 2 for the Bison. Stay with us.
It's time for another game-changing play in history. Presented by Pioneer brand T-Series soybeans. Be a game changer.
Single wide right, spread formation. Jensen out of the shotgun. Set back to his right. Good snap. Has time. Fires across the middle. Touchdown, North Dakota State. Ryan Smith with a reverse somersault after making the catch. And the Bison have their first lead today.
Be a game changer. Plant Pioneer brand T-Series soybeans. From DuPont Pioneer.
Well, Coach, as we continue to talk about the playoffs, only 2 teams from the Valley. That's a bit of a surprise, really, when it's the top power-rated conference.
It's a surprise and it's a disappointment. And you're always going to have some debate going on within the selection committee, but this is the toughest league that was rated number 1 the whole time. For us to get 2 teams in is really disappointing. I don't know the wisdom and the logic of those guys in the room, but I certainly think we as a conference deserve 3.
Yeah, and the selection committee set a precedent there, an 8-win Youngstown State team, 5-3 in the toughest conference. They had all Division I wins. The field advances to 24 this year, and they still don't make it in.
Yeah, like I said, I don't quite understand the wisdom. We'd like to see as many teams within our league get in, and but you know, it's a done issue. Now we got to move forward.
Yes, and South Carolina State is in as a second MEAC team, so the MEAC gets 2 into this year. The ticket information, people are going to start planning their ticket plans. Season ticket deadline is November 29th, which is Friday at 5 p.m. If you're a season ticket holder, you have to have your tickets purchased by then. If not, they go back into the pool, and those unclaimed season tickets go on sale Saturday morning, 8 a.m., November 30th. Go online for all the information. You can go in person at the box office or call 231-6378. Get your ticket situation all figured out. Boy, the Bison are in the playoffs. They're a top seed, number 1. It's a great time, isn't it, Coach?
Well, it certainly is, and our guys are excited. And to be number 1, having a chance to start the playoffs, a great position.
Again, South Carolina State and Furman will play on Thanksgiving weekend, Saturday, November 30th. That's a noon Fargo time start. The winner of that comes to the Fargo Dome. Coastal Carolina and Bethune-Cookman is also a noon start on Thanksgiving weekend. The winner there will go to Missoula to play Montana. That is how the bracket for the Bison look. And again, congratulations to NDSU. Thanks to all those seniors, and it's going to be a fun playoff run. Get your tickets, get that all figured out, and we'll see you on December 7th at the Fargo Dome. Have a great week, everyone.
Olsen.